World War II, spanning from September 1, 1939 to September 2, 1945, was a global conflict that involved most of the world's nations, divided into two opposing military alliances, the Allies and the Axis. The war was precipitated by the aggressive expansionist policies of Nazi Germany under Adolf Hitler, who sought to overturn the post-World War I order established by the Treaty of Versailles. The invasion of Poland by Germany in 1939 marked the official beginning of the war, leading Britain and France to declare war on Germany. The conflict quickly escalated, with Germany's rapid conquests across Europe, including the fall of France in 1940. The Axis powers, comprising Germany, Italy, and Japan, sought to expand their territories through military aggression, while the Allies, including the United States, the Soviet Union, and the United Kingdom, united to counter this threat. In the early years of the war, the Axis powers achieved significant victories, including the successful Blitzkrieg tactics that allowed Germany to conquer much of Europe. However, the tide began to turn with key battles such as the Battle of Britain in 1940, where the Royal Air Force successfully defended the UK against German air attacks. The entry of the United States into the war following the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, marked a significant turning point. The US mobilized its vast industrial resources and military might, significantly bolstering the Allied cause. The war in Europe saw brutal campaigns, including the Eastern Front, where the Soviet Union faced immense losses but ultimately turned the tide at the Battle of Stalingrad in 1943. Meanwhile, in North Africa, Allied forces achieved their first major victories against Axis troops, leading to the invasion of Italy in 1943. The D-Day invasion on June 6, 1944, was a pivotal moment, as Allied forces landed in Normandy and began the liberation of Western Europe from Nazi occupation. As the war progressed, the Allies advanced into Germany, culminating in the fall of Berlin in May 1945 and the suicide of Hitler. The war in the Pacific was characterized by fierce battles such as Midway and Iwo Jima, leading to the eventual use of atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. These bombings prompted Japan's surrender, officially ending the war. The aftermath of World War II reshaped the global landscape, leading to the establishment of the United Nations and the beginning of the Cold War. The war resulted in an estimated 70 to 85 million fatalities, with millions of civilians affected by genocide, starvation, and disease. The Nuremberg trials held after the war sought justice for war crimes committed by the Axis leaders, setting a precedent for international law. The conflict not only demonstrated the horrors of total war but also highlighted the resilience of nations united against tyranny, ultimately leading to a new world order defined by the ideological struggle between communism and democracy in the ensuing decades.